Some people actually believe that the Snyderverse is moving to Netflix. And King Kong has a baby. Aww. This is the Sox Rocker Show. Well, hello, freaky people. It's that time again. Today I have quite a bit to ramble on about, so let's get into this shit. Well, in some Marvel news, it seems that what I've been saying for some time now is actually true, and that is the fact that Robert Downey Jr. will in fact not be returning to the role of Iron Man, as so many had hoped that he would. As part of a new profile over at Vanity Fair on RDJ, when asked if Downey would return to the role in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Kevin Feige had this to say: Downey's chapter as Iron Man is remaining closed. We're going to keep that moment and not touch that moment ever again. We all worked very hard for many years to get to that, and we would never want to magically undo it in any way. Endgame director Joe Russo also told the outlet that the film's cast and crew said tearful goodbyes on that last day of shooting in 2019. Everybody had moved on emotionally, he said. We promised Downey it would be the last time we made him do it, ever. His brother, co-director Anthony Russo, added this: it was a difficult thing for Downey to return to pick up his final line as Stark. And there you have it. Confirmation. And I personally think it's for the best. I mean, he can't play the same role for life, at least not a comic book hero one anyways. I mean, no one will ever be able to personify the role like Downey did, and that's a fact. It's just time to be thankful for all the years that he did play the role and move on. Maybe a few years down the road, someone else can slip into the role, but they shouldn't rush it. At least I don't think so anyways. Well, by now, everyone on the planet knows that Scott Stuber, the head of Netflix, he did an interview with The Hollywood Reporter where he was asked about the universal desire for them to acquire rights to the Snyderverse so Zack's vision could be finished. And when asked, he simply said, obviously, they would like to license it at some point. He also said we would love to have it on so fans can experience more Zack. Hell, the more Zack we have, the better we are. And to that I say, of course he would love to have it on. I mean, what steamer wouldn't? Well, besides WB, of course, the owner of said property. Now, does this mean that it's going to happen? Does this mean that Darkseid is finally going to ready his freaking armada over on Netflix? No, it doesn't. It means that the man, he's no fool. He likes Zack's work, and of course he would love to have it. Period. Now, don't get me wrong. I would like this to happen as much as the next Snyder bro, but let's not jump the shark just yet. Yes, I truly believe Zack deep down inside would like to finish his DC work, and in my last show I talked about the hints that I at least believe that Zack himself dropped, stating as much. I mean, no one puts that much love into a project that was pulled out from underneath them, and he doesn't have the desire to finish it one day? Well, I would hope that he would anyways. I just don't think he wants to do it for WB, and hell, I don't blame him. I wouldn't either after what they put him through. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Anything can happen in the not too distant future. There are so many things brewing within the studios these days, realignments of characters and schedules, possible mergers and or buyouts. This year is rapidly coming to a close, and, well, I think we're in for a wild year ahead, as far as CBMs are concerned. Change is needed, and like it or not, change is coming. Yeah, now I've seen the posts, and I've watched the vids from my counterparts over on X and YouTube. The ones that have read the tea leaves and looked into their crystal ball and rubbed their lamp and rubbed whatever and can single-handedly, without a doubt, show one the path that leads to Netflix saving the day. And if people choose to believe such things, then groovy. I hope they're right, but I ain't biting the biscuit just yet. Remember, it was about this time last year that we were all convinced that Cavill was coming back and we were going to get Man of Steel and so on. And we all know how that went. Look, all I'm saying is if things go that way, then great, man. I'm all for it. But we will all know when we will all know. And speaking of good old WB, well, we have a brand new trailer for Godzilla Kong, the New Empire. Well, it certainly looks interesting. Godzilla looks like he's gone all fashion conscious these days, and he's sporting a brand new pink look to his spines, or spikes, if you will. Now, why has Zilla picked up ways of the influencers, you might ask? Hell, I don't know. I just report this stuff. And also, apparently, there is a baby Kong. Yep. Just look at that little fella. Cute, ain't he? Now, I wonder if little Jimmy is a little jealous. Hey, little Jimmy. Something else I find interesting about the trailer, well, it looks kind of like a buddy cop movie. There's a part where Godzilla and Kong are actually running side by side in pursuit of what, I don't know. Now, in all of my years and all of the Godzilla movies I've seen, I don't really ever remember seeing the Great Lizard King ever running. Now, I'm not a Godzilla aficionado by any means, so if anyone can correct me on this, I'd like to know, because it vexes me. I'm horribly vexed. Now, I'm not allowed to post the clip, but I'm sure if you look, you'll find it, seeing how it's popping up everywhere right now. Now, some dates to remember. December 22nd, Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom comes out just in time for the holidays. And December 15th, Rebel Moon Part 1 has a limited theatrical debut. And then it debuts on Netflix on December 22nd as well. Yep, the same day as The Lost Kingdom. Who'da thunk it? Well, there you have it for right now, my friends. If you'd like to comment on anything we've talked about today, please feel free to leave what you think down below. And if you would, please hit that like button and subscribe and hit that bell, because if you don't, you're not going to get notification of any other shows. YouTube is kind of wonky sometimes about how they float that stuff out there. And as always, thank you. God bless. Socks out.